The moment that unfolded inside the arena was unlike anything the figure skating world had ever witnessed. It was a scene so extraordinary that major international media outlets immediately turned their attention toward it, recognizing that this was far more than the story of a gold medal. Behind the final score stood an unforgettable human drama filled with heartbreak, resilience, trust, and redemption. Today, we are going to revisit that remarkable chapter through the eyes of the international press while exploring the emotional journey that captivated millions around the world. How could a single mistake make an athlete believe that the dream of becoming a world champion had slipped away, only for those heartbreaking tears to transform into tears of overwhelming joy just moments later? What words did one partner quietly whisper to the other while standing beside them during the darkest moment of their performance? The deeper I researched this incredible story, the more I realized that true greatness in sports can never be measured by scores alone. Every time I watched the emotional exchange in the kiss and cry area, I found myself moved all over again. It was a reminder that some victories become unforgettable not because they are flawless, but because they reveal the strength of the people behind them. I hope you stay with me until the very end because this is much more than a championship story. It is a story about courage, faith, and the extraordinary bond between two athletes who refused to let adversity define them. To truly appreciate what happened, we first need to return to the stage where history was made. From March 20th through March 23, 2023, the World Figure Skating Championships were held at Saitama Super Arena in Japan, with the pairs competition drawing worldwide attention. Representing the host nation were Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara, affectionately known by fans as Riku Ryu, a partnership that had quickly become one of the brightest forces in international figure skating. They entered the World Championships undefeated that season after capturing both the Grand Prix final and the Four Continents Championship, making them the favorites to challenge for the biggest prize in the sport. Yet despite their incredible momentum, they were chasing something Japan had never accomplished before. Since pairs skating became part of the World Championships more than a century earlier, no Japanese pair had ever stood atop the podium. That historic burden rested entirely on their shoulders. Competing for a world title is difficult enough, but attempting to break over 100 years of history while performing in front of a home crowd created pressure unlike anything most athletes ever experience. Every practice session, every interview, and every expectation from fans carried the weight of history. For Ryuichi Kihara, the arena itself also carried painful memories. Nearly a decade earlier, he had competed in the same venue with a different partner during the 2014 World Championships. That event ended in disappointment as they finished outside the top 16 after the short program, failing to qualify for the free skate. It was a heartbreaking setback that left lasting scars. Now, 10 seasons later, he returned to the very same building under completely different circumstances, not as an underdog hoping to survive the competition, but as one of the favorites to become a world champion. Life has an incredible way of bringing people back to the places where they once struggled, offering them another opportunity to rewrite their story. During the short program, Riku and Ryuichi delivered a breathtaking performance to "You'll Never Walk Alone." Every movement reflected years of dedication, trust, and technical excellence. Their chemistry on the ice was impossible to ignore, and the judges rewarded them with a personal best score of 80.72 points. That performance placed them firmly in first place and gave them a lead of more than 6 points over the reigning world champions from the United States, Alexa Niram and Brandon Frazier. The atmosphere inside Saitama Super Arena became electric as thousands of Japanese fans waved Rikuryu towels and filled the arena with deafening cheers. It felt as though an entire nation believed history was finally within reach. Yet sometimes the closer athletes come to achieving their greatest dreams, the heavier the emotional burden becomes. On the morning of the free skate, Ryuichi Kihara admitted that he simply could not stop crying. The overwhelming pressure of carrying the hopes of an entire country had become almost impossible to ignore. Success often brings expectations, and expectations can become an invisible weight that is far heavier than any physical challenge. The more consistently athletes win, the more people expect perfection every time they compete. That was exactly the situation Riku and Ryuichi faced heading into the most important performance of their careers. Looking back, I believe maintaining an undefeated season under those circumstances may have been just as impressive as winning the championship itself. Every competition placed them in a no-win situation. If they won, people expected it. If they lost, disappointment would be unavoidable. Living with that reality for an entire season required extraordinary mental strength that few people outside elite sports can truly understand. Despite all of that pressure, they never allowed fear to stop them from stepping onto the ice. When the free skating program finally began, they performed to a powerful combination of Arrival of the Birds and A Tender Feeling, creating an emotional atmosphere that immediately drew the audience into their story. Their opening element, a beautifully executed level 3 triple twist, demonstrated the precision and trust that defined their partnership. Ryuichi launched Riku high into the air before safely catching her with perfect timing, a breathtaking display of athleticism that showcased years of relentless practice. They continued with a demanding jump sequence featuring a triple toe loop connected to a double axel and another double axel. However, during the sequence, Riku adjusted what had originally been planned as a triple salchow, reducing it to a double. It was a small change, but one that hinted at the enormous pressure surrounding the performance. Fortunately, they quickly regained momentum by landing a superb throw triple lutz, while every lift throughout the program earned outstanding level 4 evaluations from the technical panel. Even with that earlier adjustment, their technical quality remained among the very best in the world, and it seemed as though history was still within their grasp. Little did anyone inside the arena realize that the greatest emotional test of their journey was still waiting just seconds away. As the program entered its final stretch, the tension inside Saitama Super Arena became almost unbearable. Every movement mattered, every landing carried enormous significance, and every second brought Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara closer to either making history or watching their dreams slip away. Then came the element that would change the emotional direction of the entire competition. During the throw triple loop, one of the most technically demanding elements in pairs skating, Ryuichi launched Riku high into the air with the precision they had practiced countless times. She completed the rotation successfully, but when she came down on the ice, her balance gave way. Unable to control the landing, she reached down with her hand to steady herself. It was only a single mistake, lasting no more than a moment, yet in a sport decided by the smallest margins, it felt devastating. Later, Riku admitted that although she had completed the jump, she simply could not hold the landing and immediately felt as though she had let herself down. What made the moment even more painful was the fact that throughout the entire season she had never fallen on that particular throw triple loop. The mistake happened on the biggest stage of all, at the exact moment when perfection seemed most necessary. That single error instantly filled her mind with doubt. Nevertheless, neither she nor Ryuichi allowed the disappointment to interrupt the remainder of their routine. They pushed forward with remarkable composure, completing every remaining element with determination and professionalism. When the music came to an end, the audience rose to its feet in appreciation, recognizing not only the quality of the performance but also the courage it had taken to finish so strongly after such a heartbreaking mistake. Their free skate earned a personal best score of 141.44 points. On its own, that score placed them second in the free program behind the defending world champions from the United States, Alexa Nearam and Brandon Frazier, who received 142.84 points. At first glance, it appeared that the American pair had done enough to overtake them. But championships are decided by the combined total of both programs, not by the free skate alone. Thanks to the commanding lead Riku and Ryuichi had built during the short program, their combined score reached 222.16 points, narrowly securing first place overall. In that unforgettable instant, Japan claimed its very first World Championship title in pairs skating. More than a century after the discipline became part of the World Championships, history had finally been rewritten. Looking back, I honestly believe that the mistake made the victory even more meaningful. Had they delivered a completely flawless performance, the result would certainly have been impressive, but perhaps not nearly as inspiring. Instead, the world witnessed two athletes overcoming disappointment in real time and proving that champions are not defined by perfection but by their ability to keep fighting when everything seems to be falling apart. Their victory immediately drew comparisons with legendary pairs from previous generations, including Canada's Megan Duhamel and Eric Radford, who completed a Grand Slam season in 2014-15. Yet there was something uniquely human about Riku and Ryuichi's triumph. They achieved greatness despite imperfection, reminding everyone that resilience often shines brighter than flawless execution. However, the most unforgettable moment of the competition had not yet appeared on the scoreboard. It happened in the kiss and cry, where cameras captured an emotional scene that would soon spread across the world. Before the judges had even announced the final standings, Riku sat with tears streaming down her face. She was convinced that her mistake had cost them the gold medal. In her mind, the dream they had worked toward for years had already disappeared. Sitting beside her, Ryuichi never showed panic. Instead, he quietly turned toward his partner and offered words that would become one of the defining moments of their entire career. He gently reminded her that they had given everything they had worked for. He encouraged her to look toward the audience and see the thousands of fans standing, applauding, and celebrating their performance. "Look at the crowd," he told her. "Everyone is cheering for us. Hold your head high. We don't know what the result will be, but all we can do now is wait. What's done is done, and we can't change it anymore." His words were simple, honest, and free from unnecessary emotion, yet they carried incredible power. They were not rehearsed lines prepared for television cameras. They were the heartfelt words of a partner who understood exactly what the other person needed to hear during their most vulnerable moment. Rather than focusing on the score, he reminded her of something far more important: the effort they had poured into every day of training and the appreciation they had already earned from everyone watching. It was an extraordinary example of trust built over years of shared victories, setbacks, injuries, and sacrifices. Sometimes true leadership reveals itself not through loud speeches but through calm reassurance delivered at precisely the right moment. Then everything changed in an instant. As the final numbers appeared on the scoreboard, the arena erupted with thunderous applause. The total score of 222.16 flashed across the screen, confirming that Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara were officially world champions. Within seconds, Riku's tears of disappointment transformed into tears of pure happiness. Her expression shifted from heartbreak to complete disbelief before overwhelming joy finally took over. The emotional swing happened so quickly that even longtime figure skating fans struggled to hold back their own tears. Moments earlier, she believed she had lost everything. Now she realized she had achieved something no Japanese pair had ever accomplished before. The emotional transformation became one of the most unforgettable images in modern figure skating history. Fans around the world immediately began sharing the video across social media, where millions watched the heartbreaking scene unfold again and again. Comments poured in from every corner of the skating community. Many praised Ryuichi's calm words, calling them the perfect example of what genuine partnership should look like. Others admitted they began crying the moment he told Riku to hold her head high. Countless viewers described the scene as one of the greatest demonstrations of trust they had ever witnessed between two athletes. Many Japanese fans expressed overwhelming pride that their country's pairs program had finally reached the summit of the sport after more than a century of waiting. International fans felt exactly the same emotions. Across figure skating communities worldwide, people replayed the clip repeatedly because it represented something much larger than winning a competition. It captured the fragile emotional reality that every elite athlete experiences but rarely allows the public to see. Personally, I found myself returning to that moment countless times while researching this story. There was something incredibly authentic about watching heartbreak turn into celebration within only a few minutes. No screenplay could have created a more convincing emotional journey. The words, "Hold your head high," were never simply encouragement after a mistake. They represented years of shared struggles, unwavering belief, and the understanding that true success is measured not only by medals but by the strength of the people standing beside you when everything appears to be falling apart. That quiet conversation in the kiss and cry would soon become every bit as legendary as the gold medal itself.